Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and welcome to an AI special. I'm your host, Dave Davis, coming to you from a pretty gloomy Edinburgh, but it isn't gloomy at all at the moment. I will try and contain my excitement on this pod because it's Friday. And by the way, people, it is absolutely going off with Liverpool news, Liverpool business today. So, there's only one place to start. Let's get into the biggest story that's just broken in the last, call it 10, 15 minutes. The Wirtz bombers are dropping in. There've been a lot of suggestions, a lot of talks, haven't there, around Florian Wirtz heading to the German national camp and Liverpool wanting to get it wrapped up. Well, as has broken via David Ornstein and the big hitters in the last 10, 15 minutes, Liverpool submit an offer to sign Florian Wirtz for Bayer Leverkusen worth up to 130 million euros in total. That's an improved second big. It's a top end amount. It's compromising, as it says, fixed fees and potential add-ons. The 22-year-old Bayer Leverkusen playmaker is keen to join Liverpool. Look at that, ladies and gents, on the screen. A prime example of erotic non-fiction. It's massive news, isn't it? And you're just starting to wonder, with everything else that's shaping today, is this still the biggest story? There's more to come. That's what we're all thinking, because things usually filter out a bit behind, don't they? And interestingly enough, I don't know if anyone clocked it, Bild had it, didn't they, this morning, that this was the figure. And that was about, I don't know, 4 hours ago, give or take, something like that. So, yeah, if this could be being worked behind, we're all hoping, praise be to baby Jesus, Moses and the orphans, that something may just be coming later on. Horny as hell, eh? And look at this, the other big hitters. Paul Joyce has also tweeted it at the same time that it is an improved bid. Although he's put, and again, depends if you get euros at Tesco, doesn't it? It's worth up to just shy of 110 million pounds. This is brilliant, ladies and gents. We've won the league. We're going for the big prizes again next season. All the others are in a race to get top players, and elite attackers are what people are trying to get. Some clubs, our competitors, quote unquote, don't even have one elite attacker. You suspect by the end of this week, we're going to have two. Absolutely insane when you put it that way, isn't it? And just for those that haven't seen the article, want to know a bit more, a little bit more, says for David Ornstein as a well-the tweet. This is the bit. I still just love saying this. Wirtz was also targeted by Bayern Munich, although the German champions were informed early this month of his preference to move to Liverpool. I'd like to think young Florian and his dad went into the office and said, Guten Morgen, Big Uli. Guten Morgen, Karl Heinz. Guten Morgen, anyone. Young Vincent, ram it. We're off to Liverpool. In fact, if they kind of incorporated a bit of the Chiesa chant, that would have been absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it, at the same time? Who cares? It looks like you're expecting bigger news. And he will become, as the article says, Liverpool's most expensive transfer of all time. Just absolutely insane what could happen by the end of the day. And I'm saying by the end of the day, because you get a feeling it's going to be Frimpong Friday. And when I say I get a feeling, I'm not really singing Black Eyed Peas songs. I'm talking about Paul Joyce and others suggesting articles. There's a full expectation it will be Frimpong Friday. So it's just after lunchtime here in the UK. There's plenty of time for Frimpong to be announced. And maybe I'm being greedy as hell. Wirtz to obviously develop further, shall we say that as well. It is just an insanely exciting time to be a Red right now. And the transfer window doesn't even officially open for a few days, does it? Just brilliant news across the board. But I like talking about players, people that want to be at this club. And I make no shame for doing this. For a player who's only just 22, people, who got 16 goals and 13 assists across the Bundesliga and Champions League, 29 goal contributions at 22 years old in those elite competitions. And we could play him in a couple of positions. He could come off the left. That's possible. And if he does come off the left, I mean, you look at his percentiles there. Sea of green, isn't it? He's a sensational passer, but also a carrier with his take-ons, shot-creating actions over 5.5 on average per 90 minutes. He's just brilliant. So he could be coming off the left. And the reason I'm saying that, did a few of you clock it last night that Lewis Steele and others were saying that Liverpool are looking at a number 9, so that's still possible. It's also possible. Florian Wirtz is that good. He could be used as almost a false 9. And if he is a false 9, I mean, look at that. It's just erotic. There's 5 stats there are in the 99th percentile. Assists, shot creating actions, passes attempted, progressive passes, successful take-ons. A few in the 98th, if you don't mind, as in progressive carries and progressive passes received. It is just a sea of green. And if you clocked it as well, his peers just made him Bundesliga Player of the Season for 2 years in a row. We're going to have the Bundesliga Player of the Year for 2 years in a row. It's looking like we're going to have 2 elite attackers in our midst with Salah and Florian Wirtz. Touch wood, because I know some of you are going to be screaming in this chat panel, well, hold on, it's not done, nothing's confirmed. And I understand that completely. However, you do feel this is reporting a little bit behind. As I said, just for those who missed it at the top of the show, Bild had that amount out around 3-4 hours ago, closer to now. So it's the fact that this is now coming out. You do wonder if things are, as they say, more advanced. What a day. And it's right to talk about Jeremie Frimpong as well, because he's going to be announced, isn't he? A different type of fullback, played wing-back, as we say, play higher up the pitch. But I'm excited for this kid as well. Rapid, as we know, attacking-wise. Don't need to really delve too much into his profile. I've done this on many occasions. But I am intrigued to see what Liverpool will do, what that adjustment will be, because there's going to be pace from fullback, isn't there, at this stage? Completely different. Honestly, try not to salivate at this time. But when those two who want to be in the club arrive, it's going to be so exciting. And I'm talking about them as people that want to be at the club. Well, someone else has gone. As David Ornstein tweeted at 11 a.m. this morning, we have reached agreement with Real Madrid to let him go in time to play for the Club World Cup. This fee is insane. And this is absolutely Edward's genius, this. No two ways about it. Do you remember when Real Madrid stories broke around this? And there was 2 real lines that went round. The first was they were hoping Liverpool would just let him go, let it all free and, be nice about it. Then there was the talk that they were willing to pay around, what was it, £1 million or €1 million, sorry. So about 850 grand. And now it's going to be €10 million. And as David Ornstein tweeted, it's guaranteed and it's one payment. And the great thing is, I think it's 10 million euros, but it'll work out about 10 million quid because Liverpool are not going to be paying his wages, are they? Either. So just a brilliant bit of business. I don't think you can undersell just how skilled the people behind the scenes are when you're going from potentially nothing, we're suggesting, potentially just €1 million, less than £1 million, to now what's going to be 10 million quid, which goes down on the books as pure profit. And honestly, Conor Mullen put well there, 10 million. Edwards can get blood out of a stone. He absolutely could. That's brilliant. Honestly, it's just been a great day so far. And I'm saying this, touch wood, I don't think it's going to stop. There's going to be even more. One bit of sadness, it looks like, on the departure front. Johnny Heitinga. It does. I think we always suspected this when it was first linked, that he's been the assistant at West Ham. He's been an assistant at Everton. He's been an assistant now with us. And his boyhood club comes calling. As Fabrizio Romano's tweeted there, Ajax have agreed a deal to appoint Johnny Heitinga as new head coach on a 2-year contract. It's exclusive stories confirmed Liverpool gave their green light. And we know they'd given the green light, didn't they? Because Arne Slot had talked about it earlier in the week to say, yeah, absolutely. And Ajax are doing a very wise thing, by making an offer to a coach like Johnny. However, it was interesting what he said, wasn't it? I don't know if anyone clocked it. However, if Johnny's wise, he'd stay another season. But I totally get this. I totally, completely get this in the sense of when you've been the assistant at Everton, West Ham and Liverpool, there will come a point, won't there, where you want to take the reins for yourself. You really want to step into that, as it were. So, and he also has had a small taste, hasn't he, with a couple of games when Arne was suspended. Don't blame him. In simple terms, there's 2 people departing Anfield today, and one goes with all of our well wishes. Simple as that. And as Daryl Merry's tweeted there, people suggesting, could it be Stevie? Could it be Thiago as the number 2? Dirk Kuyt being mentioned again. You wouldn't think we'd have to wait too long. However, you never know with these things. And Arne would want his coaching team, his full coaching team in place before pre-season starts again, which is still a while away. And maybe it's just me. I would not be surprised, and I'm probably butchering this name, so apologies to all the Dutch contingent. Is it Etienne Reinders, I think it was, who we tried to get last time? I won't be surprised if there's a move made for him, shall we say, and it goes through work permits, etc. So we'll have to see what develops. But one leaves Anfield with our well wishers. One, see ya. This is the news of the day so far, though. Liverpool have submitted an offer, as David Ornstein and Paul Joyce have tweeted, for €130 million. If that is accepted, and again, the negotiations are around the structure, the nature of the add-ons. Wow. 110 million quid. And Liverpool would have 2 elite attackers in their midst. Ladies and gents, I genuinely believe this. I suspect we're going to be seeing each other more today because there'll probably be the Frimpong confirmed. I wouldn't be surprised, again, I'll say it, if this develops a little bit further as well. I'm already planning in my head. I don't know about you. Is it going to be Wirtz as a false 9? Sometimes dropping, making things, letting Salah go inside, Frimpong and Bradley going on the out. Does that come into its nature? Is it going to be Wirtz on the left, coming inside, a la Felipe Coutinho, with a Kirkez or similar bombing on the outside and just making things happen? But to have Salah and Wirtz in our midst, it's not if, it's what we'd win next season, ladies and gents. What an exciting time to be around. Honestly, trying not to salivate. Hopefully I made sense on this pod. Hopefully we get further news. And hopefully by this evening, we are all bouncing off our nut with all the announcements and the breaking stories. But there we go. We got it. We wanted to bring it to you. The only final thing I'll say is, and it's funny, Yanis has just mentioned it there, they might have saved us from Sesko. I had nervous about this season that we were going to be talking about Sesko and Javi Simmons. Now I was going to have to walk back some tweets and just barefaced lie to the lot of you. But now I'm not lying. It is erotic news when Florian Wirtz is going to rock up at Anfield. We'll await for further developments. And ladies and gents, on Friday, the 30th of May, probably not for the last time, that was another AI special.